Oops, that broke. Whoa. Race of the century? Acorns. Oh my gosh, that's even worse.
I didn't do it.
That's unfortunate. What is that?
That's not good. You look good in there. Wow. Catch a far. Scooter's here. Oh! Look at that. Guys, welcome back to the Sleeper Dude channel. We are finally back to do a video on Wawa's Beetle. Now, she buffed it and stuff recently, but it's always had like some oil leaks and a little bit of low oil pressure, some carburetor issues, and little pieces of tin work and seals missing. So we've always known that we wanted to pull the engine out of this thing and reseal everything and dress it up and fix some leaks. So that's the plan this video. We may actually work on a couple other things too, because Wawa's been sent a ton of parts for her car. So we have a ton of parts up here that we may put on it at some point. Just depends on how much time we have and kind of where we're working at on the car. But our main priority is working on the engine, getting it to look better, getting it not to leak, maybe improving the oil pressure just a little bit. So it's always had a leak under the valve covers and pushrod tubes, and it's getting worse. It's time to tear this thing apart. Are you prepared to pull your engine out?
I'm 100% ready.
Are you scared?
No.
Not scared at all? Okay. Guys, they say these things like they have like a zipper and that's all it takes to get them out or something. Like, they act like it's super duper easy to pull the engine. You can pull it on the side of the road. I don't know if that's true. What do you think, Marge?
This car's been hard to work on for us.
The big problem with this car for us is when you've worked on just American cars, everything's backwards from what you're used to. Yeah. Without further ado, let's tear into this thing and see how hard it really is. So this is a 1300cc single port, which from what I've researched is odd because this year is supposed to have a 1600cc dual port. From what I understand, the ones that were made with a 1300cc single port were not made in the US, they were made overseas. So maybe it got imported at some point. That's my only guess, guys. If you know a better guess, let me know in the comments. We'll try to look at some engine numbers and stuff while we have it out, but she runs strong.
She really does, yeah.
The biggest problem we've had lately is the carburetor not wanting to idle when it's hot. So we're gonna probably clean that out while we got the engine out.
I was like, oh, we can play. There's a good shop, kitty. Hi, buddy. He loves staying down here.
He likes rolling in the dirt, too.
Oh, oh, oh.
He has the jump spin move. That's when you know.
Oh, no.
That's all he does is like that spin move.
Guys, if you've watched the channel anytime at all, you know Wawa is a music lover. Usually, if she's working, she's got her Raycon everyday earbuds in. Sometimes they're hidden from view, but they're there. And Raycon is a sponsor of today's video. I absolutely love my Raycon everyday earbuds. And with their new model, they have 32 hours of battery life, if you can believe that. This capsule is actually a charging capsule, and you can pop them right back in there and recharge them. But I'm going to be honest with you, when I use them out here in the shop, like if I'm working on something and just doing like a time lapse, I've never had them go dead on me in a whole day. I just charge them up in the evenings when I get done. And one of my favorite features is they have a quick charge function where it charges for 10 minutes and you get 90 minutes of use out of it, which is incredible. I used to never wear earbuds. I always used headphones because every earbud I ever had just did not fit my ear correctly. It hurt. They're hard plastic. But these come with optimized gel tips to fit a wide variety of ear hole sizes. And they come in at just half the price of other premium audio brands with similar features. I've absolutely become hooked on them. Anytime I'm doing something where I don't have to be videoing, I pop in my everyday earbuds and I just listen to Legends of the Old West podcast. Just try to learn something I don't know about history. They come in a wide variety of colors too. I like my blue ones. I really like my case too. It's kind of like a Galaxy, I guess it is. They even have a 30-day happiness guarantee where if you don't absolutely love them, you can send them back, no questions asked. One really nice feature is they have active noise cancellation where if you're working on something and you don't want to be bothered, you don't have to be bothered, which is really nice. Or maybe you're doing something where you do actually need to hear around you. They have awareness mode where you can hear what's going on around you while you're working, while still enjoying your favorite podcast or music or taking a phone call. They're also weatherproof and sweat resistant, which comes in handy with Wawa because she's been known to leave them in the washing machine from time to time, but they're still kicking right along. They're also super convenient, just having a way to charge them and having the earbuds. You can pop in your pocket, or you got the little rope there if you want to hold them by that. I take them on every trip we go on. And with their great prices, they make an excellent gift. Maybe you have a family member or friend who loves music or podcasts. They would probably love them. So go to buyraycon.com/sleeperdude to get 20% off the best-selling everyday earbuds brought to you by Raycon. And remember, by ordering at Raycon, you're helping support our channel. Now let's get back to working on this Beetle. We're going to start out by unplugging the wires going to the motor. So this is your oil pressure gauge right here, Wall. Yeah. Or your oil pressure light, I guess I should say. Level that oil. We should know what that means. Doctor. All right, choke. You have such impeccable handwriting.
Yeah.
If me or Ralphie wrote that, you'd never read it.
Oh yeah. Me and Dad not so much.
Coil plus.
You want me to take this out?
Wait, did you unhook the battery?
No.
Unhook the battery.
It may be unhooked. No, it's not unhooked. I drove it.
That's step one, guys. Unhook your battery. Sorry. Should have told you. Distributor plus. This is kind of a strange year car. This is a 71, and it's like a transition year between the regular Beetle and the Super Beetle. So it still has the regular Beetle like windshield, but it has a Super Beetle suspension. This car also has some crash damage in here. If you look down here, you can see how wadded up some of this is. So we got to straighten all that up too, because that's where our seals are, and that has to do with cooling on the engine. We've never had any overheating issues we know of, but we've never had a temperature gauge either. Is it spinning on you?
Not anymore.
Oh gosh, yeah. You want to label his alternator wires here?
Yeah.
Just put ALT. So the brown one grounds to the case. This is, I guess, your main charging wire. This is probably what's called your field wire, I would guess, what tells it when to go on and off. I believe that's what that's called. Not a lot of wires really going to it. So all that's out of the way now. We gotta take our fuel line loose, throttle cable, all that stuff. Okay. We actually have a bracket to mount this to like the transmission, I believe. Hey, she's been a good, reliable car though. Aside from some carburetor issues, I mean, we really hadn't had any trouble with this thing. The fuel line feels hard. This rubber just kind of deteriorates, especially with the fuel nowadays with ethanol in it and stuff. It's not what it used to be. Yeah.
You're fine, sir.
Thank you, sir. We don't want to smell like gas all day, do we, Marge?
Nope.
Still dripping, okay.
Tighten the hose clamp.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
That's absolutely tragic.
Nothing is stopping this leak. I'm gonna shove it up high in the corner anyway. This is our thing that holds our throttle cable plate. I should adjust this, Marge, where it can only go like half the throttle.
Exactly.
She's too much like her mama. We got a tracker on her. We can see how fast she's going.
Yes.
So that pushes back through the shroud here. There's like a metal tube this goes through. We put a new throttle cable on it this last year. I think we can jack it up now and start taking bell housing bolts loose. I think there's like 4, if you can believe that. All right, start going up. Right there. To the sky.
He's not struggling at all.
They don't weigh much. It's getting to be nice weather, isn't it, Marge?
Yeah, it's finally warming up a little bit.
I hate it.
What? You hate the warm weather?
I like being cold.
Squeeze, you working on a painting?
Yeah.
All right. Where can we see this painting at?
Squeezy arts.
There you go. I think you got some paint on your lips there.
Oh.
See how oily the exhaust is on this thing?
Oh, yeah.
Shows how much they're leaking. So this is your heater. Oops, that broke. That's your heater cables. It just snapped the cable when I tried to loosen it. That's not good. Of course, we have messed with those heater cables. I've never felt any heat out of them yet. I don't know if that's like a common thing, or maybe it's because some of our shroud's missing, you know?
Yeah.
Will this one come loose? Yes. Come on, break free. It's stuck in there. There we go. Our tubes are still there, but this one looks like it's come loose, so maybe that's why we never felt any heat, huh? This one's still connected over here.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get it
It looks like it just slides on there. Oh, it's stuck, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. That's the snake. Stop. Stop with the snakes, guys. Enough with the snakes. Okay, not funny. Still not funny. Right here is the transmission. This is your cross member, I guess. And this is your transmission mounts, and right above it are the bottom bell housing bolts. We're gonna dig into this right here. and take these loose. I think are they 17 Wawa? Is that what you said? She's been doing the research on this. This is tight. I don't think I can even get a ratchet in there with a short socket. I don't think I've ever worked on anything that had 4 bell housing bolts. This is the passenger side. You can see how this sheet metal, I guess this is a frame rail. It looks too thin to be a frame rail. Is basically the same as the engine. You know, it's within like an inch of the engine. We don't have our tin back here in the back. And then on this side, look at the difference. Like all this is wadded up, the frame rail's been up, and we got a huge gap there. So we've got to get this to match up with the motor. So we're gonna have to do some beating and a pulling on this.
Alright, so I hooked this car up back to the factory tank, and I had to clean it out tons, but it's still got some junk in the system, and now I gotta clean the carb out, so that's what I'm trying to do right now.
The top starter bolt, actually, this is one of the bell housing bolts. And at the time that we put the starter on this thing, we didn't have the right bolt and somebody took it off before. So we just put like a 3/8 bolt in there. So I've got a pair of vice grips on the backside holding it. But we've actually got the correct one that was sent to us, a D-head bolt, so it doesn't rotate. I think I saw the motor move, didn't you?
Yep.
Should be only one bolt now holding it in. If I can find that last bolt. With the metal tin work, it's kind of hard to find. Okay, the 4th motor mount bolt is non-existent. It's not there anymore. We're gonna have to get one. So there's literally nothing holding this, I think, except for this jack.
Seems very loose.
We should be able to bring it down this way. Oh, something like loose, didn't it?
Yeah.
I can't believe it was missing a motor mount bolt with only 4.
Oh.
It's tilting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something's...
It's your exhaust. Like all the exhaust is coming out too.
It's coming off the transmission.
So it's got studs that mount it to the transmission. That's why it didn't fall when I took the last bolt out. I've never took a motor loose that had studs.
It's grand.
Oh. Okay. Go down some more.
No, jack's on anything.
Go back up with the jack. I think their exhaust is holding. Hold on. Do you see anything hitting up top?
I don't see nothing.
Yeah, I think it's just the exhaust hitting. So all this stuff's been hit down low before. And I think it's just shoved up against the exhaust right there. Over here too.
Can we push it back a little bit?
Not really.
Just hit the input shaft too. I think.
Whoa!
I think it's still touching the input, yeah.
We'll just wiggle it as we go
Yeah,
down.
you just kind of like pull it this way if you can.
Whoa! You can't pick it up here.
There's no way we're picking that up.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, it kind of fell.
You just like went all nothing.
Yeah, I tried to tighten it and I went loose until. Push the jack towards the front of the car hard. Don't jack it up. Okay.
There you go.
Down slowly. Ooh, okay. That's aggressive.
You didn't turn the input shaft.
It's very tiny. Okay. I don't see anything we forgot.
Looks out.
It looks out to me. Now if we can just get it out from under the car, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit too tall. We might have to actually sit it on the floor and slide it. But then how are we going to pick it up again?
We can do it.
Okay, I'm going to set it back that way. It's crazy I can hold that up with one hand.
Yeah.
We about lost it there, didn't we?
Yeah, that was.
Came close. It's hitting up here on like.
Here. I think we're good.
Oh yeah.
The bolt's been out so long, there's dirt in the hole.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about doing it on the side of the road. You have to have some tools.
Yeah.
Get it? There you go. We're free.
Yeah. That is so tiny. And so funny looking.
What's really funny is Ralphie's Festiva is 1.3 liters, which I believe is 1,300 cc's. This is a 1,300. This is a 4-speed manual. That's a 4-speed manual. Similar size, similar weight. Race of the century?
Yeah, I think mine's gonna take it. You think yours is gonna win every single time? Every time.
Look, there's some hay in your cooling fan in the back.
I'm sure there is.
She's made more miles in the field with it than anywhere.
Yeah.
She likes to make laps around the field. A little bit of hay in there. Your oil cooler's in here. That's your throttle tube there.
That exhaust is so weird. Why would it go across?
I think they're just trying for runner length there to add to some of it, you know. It's kind of neat. I've never really seen this side of it before, you know, how it goes together. You got tiny clutches, just like your Cushman clutch.
Oh yeah, I bet it worked.
Yeah. There's some really fast VW Beetles out there.
They make crate motors for these.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see if we can get up and get on an engine stand. Will this fit on an old engine stand? I bet they have a special engine adapter thing to put on an engine stand. Clutch and flywheel and junk's all in the way. Even if it wasn't, that stud's not long enough. We may have to just prop it up on a block of wood or something and work on it.
Alright, so I'm just gonna clean that dude out. Yeah. It's dirty down there. Ooh. Oh. That's brown.
This is in decent shape, but you can see on the corners it's bad, and if this doesn't seal up, supposedly it doesn't cool. You got hay in here too from plowing the fields. That's what we gotta replace there. There's one seal that goes around here and one across there. We've decided we're just gonna put on the teardown tape. Okay. Heavier than I thought it was.
About done being.
There we go. Not ideal because we need to be able to get to the bottom for some things. I guess we just have to tilt it.
Seal that.
And you had a fuel filter on it.
Yeah.
And still not?
I changed it out 2 times.
Oh, no wonder it's not running.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That filter ain't doing much, is it?
No.
It's only the best Amazon filter.
Yeah.
I'm going to start by taking the exhaust off because it's in our way the most. And Wa's going to start taking all the heat shield stuff off. You never know what you're going to get with exhaust bolts. Are you excited about cleaning up the motor a bunch and stopping these leaks?
I am for sure. I've been wanting to do it for a while.
These studs scare me.
That's ridiculous.
Try to do this with blocks in so I don't round anything off. Not a lot of space to get some of these. I don't know how you do this in a car. Ah, it broke. Just broke an exhaust stud off in the head. Well, that's what I was worried about. But our exhaust is in terrible shape. It's always been really loud and it leaks. Come on, treat me right.
Probably should have sprayed this down
I know, right?
before now.
It would have helped for sure. Oh, yeah. This is your oil cooler right there. I think you got a new oil cooler either. Well, this stud stands still. Little flappers for the heat still work. They're not jammed up. Come on, don't break, don't break. May just be that one that's gonna give us a problem. I think we're gonna have to cut our exhaust though. Somebody's welded this, and that's not supposed to be welded, it's supposed to be clamped, I believe. That may make it a pain to get this exhaust up there. So this looks like it heats up the intake. We actually have a nut on the bottom side. That is a tiny intake port, and that feeds 2 cylinders. So this is our intake manifold. If you can believe that's an intake manifold. How's that seal up? With grease?
It looks like it does.
Okay, what's she chopping? It looks like somebody coupled this together with like an old radiator hose, which kind of scares me because if that is a radiator hoses and fuel don't mix. I think we have the new one over here. Shout out to John from Canada. He sent a lot of these parts, a lot of them.
Oh yeah, thank you, John.
That's so funny.
Weird.
And 2 cylinders feed off that, which they're not feeding off of at the same time is the argument. Like, you can't think of it as half because they fire at different times. Right, Green? Let's It's like a darn small engine. You know what I'm saying? Like a little lawnmower motor. How could someone get so much hay on the engines? So the intake actually bolts to the block, it looks like, right here in the middle. And this was already halfway loosened. Oops.
So this is a crumbly little hose we had for the intake manifold. 40.
Here's the other one. Look at the cut on that. Did you cut that, Marge?
Oh, it might have been my family.
That's a DNA test right there. All right, now you can get to that bolt.
Oh my goodness.
It's right through here. There you go. Apparently the generator's held on with like a band clamp. Okay, did it move when we did that? Zero movement. I think it's just rusted in place. Oh, there you go. See, it's moving. Now, which order does this come loose? Because we got to get that out there. It's got to be pushed out the front strap. Don't hurt your oil cooler. Oh, let me get this belt off. There we go.
Oh. Guys, you asked for it and we got it. Marge's Something's the Problem sticker. Available only at thesleeperdude.com. We got Unleash the Goat Stomps keychain, Ralphie shirt.
Look at them dimes.
So we got the new small logo on the front and just a little whiskey dent on the back.
Hot seller.
A very good shirt. One of my faves. We got the Dollar General shirts, the military green shirts. Check it out at thesleeperdude.com, the only place to get official merchandise. And new keychains from Ralphie as well. Thanks for all your support. We really appreciate you guys.
Marge needs something to do.
I don't think that was me.
What?
All this, like, I don't know.
Rat's nest?
Yeah.
Oh, look at your oil cooler on this side.
Look at it on this side. Nasty.
Yeah, that's like moss living in it. Remember when we bought it, the wiring harness was just done. Oh, we got acorns. Look, Ralph.
Take us off.
Acorns.
Yeah.
Some of this heat shield stuff that's cracked and broke. Is everything loose? Oh, more acorns.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh. A bunch of them. There's probably like 10 acorns there. We kind of need to keep these in order, but see how they're busted and stuff?
Yeah.
And see, without these, it overheats. Especially when parked, I would assume, running, you know? Because this is like a fan shroud for a normal park. Is there anything in that?
A bit of hay.
It's not as dirty as I thought it'd be. I figured it'd have a bunch of stuff in it. So there's your head studs. This is your cylinder heads, which appear to be somewhat deteriorating. And that's the jugs, which is kind of cool. We're used to like the block has to be bored out to go bigger. These you can replace the jug and it changes the bore size. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was struggling.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to get the impact screwdriver probably for that. That usually gets them out of there. That or the ones you hit, like the impact screwdriver, you hit it with a hammer. This is so piddly, I don't want to bend it all up with a hammer. That broke. Twisted the bit a little bit too. But to cut that, and we broke a stud off in the cylinder head, which is scaring me to death.
This is the most piddly intake I've ever seen in my life. This is hilarious.
It's just little.
That's funny. Yeah.
That's steaming, isn't it? Will it come off now? Look at all the rat sets on this side. Oh, wow. That's even worse. This is cracked in the same place, too. This one's on both sides. Yeah, this ain't helping the cooling process at all right there. These probably roasted by now, aren't they? We're going to have to blow all these fins out. That thing definitely had to be getting hot on this side with all that going on. Have you about got your generator stand off there?
Yeah, just about.
More acorns. Here's a nut to something somebody lost years ago. There's so many pieces. This is the thing I'm most nervous about is all the heat shield stuff, making sure it's on there. I'm more nervous about that than anything else. There's so many pieces to it. I just want to get it right. Here's our valve covers, which we've had this apart and we've set the valves, put new gaskets on there. A lot of people were saying that this style gasket doesn't seal up as well, which I was thinking the opposite was true. So we're probably gonna switch to a different type of gasket. Definitely was getting oil. The block splits in half, right down the middle, and that's how you get the crank out.
That's crazy. Why did they make it a V? I wonder.
I don't know. They're like a Porsche. I think the same people designed both cars originally. It's such a small engine when you get it torn down.
Yeah.
All this up here is just heat shield, you know?
Yeah.
That's where your oil goes in when you add your oil. That goes straight in the crankcase. We don't need to get that dirty.
I'm gonna put everything down there.
There's some more acreage. A lot of places for dirt to stay. We got our head booger picker on the job now. She'll have it clean in no time. All right, he thinks he's got it ready to run again. Oh, about ran me over. Let's get it out of gear this time. Not happy, is it?
No.
So we gotta get the weight off the exhaust so we can take it off. So we're gonna put a block of wood in this thing.
That's like good.
Okay. Oh, it still bolts to the heat shield on the bottom.
Oh yeah, it's like a little 8mm or something.
Okay. Looks like both of them have one screw left. It's always that one bolt, isn't it, Marge?
Yep, every time.
I get in here with a little, yeah, there you go. This tool right here helps out when it's in a spot like this you can't really get to anymore. Okay. At least these screws are coming out.
It's so little now.
It's getting smaller and smaller, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about to get real small with this big one.
Look, it's tiny. The exhaust port is bigger than the intake.
So maybe we can weld a nut to this and back that out of there.
What are you doing, girl?
Work a boomerang.
This is a 30mm.
That's short.
Super short. How short that crank bolt is. All right, come off there. We gotta have a puller. And we're gonna have a puller to get that off. So see, there's our push rod tubes, and that's where we're having a lot of our leaks, I think. They're like little spring-loaded sheet metal tubes. Look how much oil's on this one over here. The third one back's really oily.
Yeah.
And I think they can actually get pinholes in them too.
Oh, that makes sense.
And they start leaking through there. I don't really know if this is the right puller for this, but it's the only one I have that will grab this. Hopefully it's just not stuck that hard. I do not want to bend this, even though we're planning on replacing it. We may have to get a different puller wall. I don't want to mess this up. I see it flexing. I don't want to. It's not going off, is it?
No.
Well, snap. Ralphie's took a break from his car not running to solder his first wire.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Just get it real hot before you put it in there. It's just like TIG weld. You'll have it in no time. Oh, you got it going now. You just need to heat up more, didn't it?
Yeah.
Lunch break.
Yeah.
We got like a racetrack around this now, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. L4.
I bet you could drift it.
I ended up coming up with this idea. I put some 5/16 bolts on there with washers and nuts on the backside. I think I can maybe pull it off here with this. Ooh, maybe not. You gotta stay straight. Hey, it worked.
That's good.
So, I guess you can do that if you have to. So now we can get this last piece of heat shield off here. Ah, there we go. All right, now we can see everything. I think the oil pump gears are in there, I believe. Here's our engine number, it looks like.
I can't see the first one. Is that a B?
B is in Bartholomew.
B1494 AR149420.
I'm gonna lay it back on the flywheel for now. We need to drain the oil. We should have done like step one, but no, we waited. Oh, here comes the oil. Is it coming out your side?
Yep.
Right on our stuff.
Yep.
Good deal. Luckily, this thing has a tray underneath it. If you use code Josh10 at Eastwood, you get 10% off anything you buy there. So check those good folks out over there. Oh, you got that soldered? Good deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really pretty, but you need to do it more out there.
The oil's kind of thick. We put like half a quart of Lucas in it. I think this time we're probably gonna put like 50 weight in it when we put it back together. There is actually an A before it. AB
Oh my bad.
149420 is our number. So AB is 1300 cc, 44 horsepower, non-US engines. It must have been made somewhere else, I guess, because it says like a AE would be a 1600, for the US. So I guess this car was just not made for the US market originally. So under here is your oil filter. It's like a metal screen that you can like wash out. It's got a magnetic plug, got a little bit of paste on there. Nothing to worry about, right? Set this back the normal way and let that drain. I think they only hold like 3 quarts or something.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull the plugs out of this thing so it'll set over easier. Not too bad. Dad. What the heck?
What just happened?
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it. It was really hard to get out, and it...
Hold on. That is a helicoil that's been put in the cylinder head to repair it before. It came out with the plug. So instead of unthreading out of the helicoil, it unthreaded out of the cylinder head.
That's unfortunate.
And the threads look hideous.
I'm so sorry. I swear I didn't do it.
No, it's not your fault. I just wonder why that happened now and it didn't happen the first time we took all this apart, you know?
Did you like drill and tap it for the bigger plug size?
Let Dad do that one.
What? This side's fun. Okay.
Really?
Yes. The other side was way easier. Like,
It's not coming out super easy, is it? I don't remember us having any problems with this before. That one came out fine. See the difference here? This is a repair thread. They've threaded into that to fix this problem before. Okay, you already got the other ones out?
Yeah.
See the spring pressure pushing off there?
Yeah.
Little shaft mounted rocker arms. How cute.
So puny.
Trying to keep everything the same direction it sits in the car. So here's your push rods.
They actually...
Them's big.
Whoa, oh my goodness, they're long.
It must be aluminum or something.
That is wicked.
They're really light.
Oh my goodness.
The
Aren't
push
they
rods, look how
big
long they are.
considering?
no.
Well, they gotta go from here to here. It's just the distance of the block. They seem fine.
So where's your cam at? It's just like in there?
Cam, yeah, wherever the push rod goes, the cam is. So it's must be in here somewhere in the middle. Carburetor back off.
Yeah, carb back off.
Drain his fuel tank again. He thinks he got contaminants in it. That has a different washer. Oh, there's no spring pressure on this side.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's just probably where it's sitting on the firing order. These are so light. I think it's the lightest push rods I've ever picked up.
What do you feel?
They may be magnesium or aluminum.
Oh my gosh.
They don't weigh
They're
nothing.
bigger than usual.
Yeah, they seem to be working though. Because these push rod tubes are like a spring steel, whatever, they actually compress a tiny bit, I think. We've got to take the head studs loose. From what I understand, these don't even have head gaskets. Metal on metal. So it looks to have only 8 head bolts. Looks like they're 15 millimeter. I'm hitting them with the impact just to try to make sure the stud doesn't twist out of the block. Which, if it did, it'd probably be the top ones. Because these sit in oil all the time. Stud came out of the block. It's not the end of the world. Oh, see that?
That moves.
Last one is stud. I think we're all right. We just had one stud back out, but that's no big deal. But this stud, look at that head. How does that even hold anything in as thin as it is? We don't really have to pull the head all the way off, but I'm going to, just to kind of inspect it for wear and stuff. I feel the push rod tubes coming out with me.
Yeah. Oh, it's so weird.
Yes, it is. So this is your jugs here. Doesn't feel like it's got a ton of wear on it. Like a ridge on the top of the cylinders. Look, it's like spring steel. This is the one that was really oily.
I bet it's got a hole in there.
It may have a tiny pinhole in it or something.
Oh, it's so weird.
But what's your combustion chamber? Let's see. No no gasket. Look at the little valves.
Well, and they're the same size basically. Or
I think it's slightly bigger. We should measure them.
yeah, but like usually it's a big difference.
Yeah, usually it's a very noticeable difference.
This looks bad.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What? Yeah, like this side looks. What is that?
Look, it's leaking compression out of this one.
Oh.
See the black right there?
Oh no.
I wonder what the fix would be for that.
That's good.
It's definitely leaking some compression.
Trying to like sand it down or something.
That is this cylinder here.
Yeah.
See the black right there? Yeah, it looks like it may have a blown head gasket right there, causing some of that oil to come out.
But it hasn't had a head gasket, right?
Right. It's got a blown head, I guess you'd say. There's no gasket involved. I never noticed that it had any issues with one cylinder. It seemed to run fine. Stud came out. Well, we didn't break any.
That's really good.
Yes, it is.
I would have held that against you for a while.
Oh, if I'd have broke one?
Yes.
As if it would be my fault?
Yes.
Well, still stuck on there. The other side wasn't stuck. Ooh, I don't want to hurt those fins. There we go. Feels like the push rod tubes are holding it. It's almost like a motorcycle engine, really, more than a car engine.
Weird.
We call it dirt in between there. Completely flat top pistons, like no valve reliefs, no nothing. That's funny. There's a little bit of grit in there where that plug came out. Some of that metal fell down in there, but the bores look all right.
Oh, you're just.
They seem like they might be single use only, you know?
Yeah.
See the hole size difference? That's because that helicoil came out. This looks like it's sealed up good, the circle, you know?
Yeah.
I guess, does it seal against the side too? It feels like it's cone shaped and like seals against the side.
Makes sense.
Man, I wish that threads weren't messed up. Essentially, we could thread this guy back in. Man, it looks rough though. See how there's like threads missing in between? There's like gaps in the threads. Looks like it's galled up in the threads and pulled some of them out.
That goat messed with my jacket.
Hey, that's Ralphie's jacket, not yours.
Second attempt, and there was tons of junk in it again. Like a weird fluid stuff. I don't know what it is.
Try it. Do you see what's coming out of that?
It's like mud.
That's through a filter.
Looks terrible.
So he just drained the tank and we refilled it with fresh gas and that's what's coming out.
That's awful.
And it started there for a second and now it shut off again. It's not getting any new fuel because it's coming into here.
God, that's worse than it was.
Here's where we're gonna start. We got this oil pressure boost kit, which her oil light will come on sometimes when it's idling hot. So that's scary. So we're going to try to fix that. And this is the two ports right here. And hopefully we won't round these guys out. There you go. It's an impact screwdriver. They're very useful for stuff like this. That's a huge flat screwdriver. One of these has more pressure than the other one. That one doesn't look to have much pressure at all. So we're gonna pull this out. Then we're gonna pull the piston out of there with a magnet. Oh, come on, is it stuck? Maybe that's our problem, huh? There's the piston. It is not moving. That may be the problem right there, Marge. We need something else to be stuck on this motor, right? Try picking this one out. Does that move, Ralph?
I don't think so at all.
There we go. This one probably has more pressure. Yeah, it's got more pressure behind it. Another spring there. See if its little piston will come out. Yep. So there's that piston. We just gotta figure out a way to get this one out. Does not want to budge. There's no access from the top. I don't know if it being stuck there would give it lower or higher oil pressure, but it's stuck. Let me try getting a stronger magnet. She's taking the oil filter out. It's got little brass and copper washers here.
Yeah, you're careful.
Oops, it all stayed in place. So this is your oil filter screen. We replaced this before. This is all it's got for filtering oil. Let's see if there's anything scary in your filter. It looks just like the thing you put in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
There's your crankcase, so you can look up in there and see some of the parts and pieces. Well, I got a little bit stronger magnet, I think, here. No luck at all. It says in the instructions, if it won't come out, whittle a piece of wood the same size and press fit it in there and then pull it out. You done much whittling yet lately?
No.
Like them old folks at the livestock sale, sitting there whittling? That is not coming out, guys.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Trying to clean, make sure there's not any junk or anything in there. Looks pretty clean. We'll wipe it out with a towel. I've got the paper towel wrapped around this magnet right now, trying to get any kind of dirt and junk out of there. I think we're good to go. Once again, this is so foreign from any oil pump system I've ever seen.
I wonder how much that weighs. I bet you can pick it up.
Oh, I'm sure I could pick it up, but no reason to hurt myself. The one closest to the harmonic balancer, which is the stuck one right now, takes this massive spring. Look at that, that's the stock one. This is the upgraded one. So that's probably what's boosting your oil pressure there. And then the other one, the spring looks very similar, but it's stiffer. Feel that, guys. Give it the squish. So those things right there is what increases oil pressure. So back in the day with like a small block Chevy, I would take the pump apart, pull the spring and piston out, and I would stack washers up behind the spring and put it back and it'd bump the oil pressure up. That's how I used to do it back in the day. So we are going to drop this guy in there. Appears to be the exact same style piston. Push it back in the block. Put this in here with our increased spring pressure. Now if we can just get the other one out. This is what she does, guys. She gets cracked up over nothing and then can't quit laughing forever.
That's good.
Trying to clean out where these push rod tubes go to make sure there's no junk in there as well.
I'm gonna open some new parts to make sure they're correct.
Well, they look a lot better.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna be shiny. Made a little bit different, but it'll work on it.
Yeah.
It looks like it might be slightly taller.
That boot clamps on this and that. Looks like this.
Yeah.
Oh, they're beefier, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're made a lot better looking, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm sure they're better for power.
Maybe the drill bit will catch the side and grab, spin it or something, get it loose. There's no telling how long it's been stuck, you know? None of that seems to be doing anything. Yeah, it's still completely stuck. There's not even like a freeze plug you could knock out or something to access it. It only goes in this one way and doesn't come back out. If this won't pull it out, I don't see how a stick is going to pull that out.
What is that? That's like good gas on top, but the bottom. I bet you that's why it's not running.
You sure you didn't leave something in that tank?
I'm positive. Man, this thing's fighting me.
Oh, that's that oil filter thing there. That's your nut for your alternator. Valve covers, a little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah.
They look a lot better.
Oh, even a dipstick.
Two of them. I've got a 1/2 inch tap. I'm gonna try to, but I think it just moved. Yeah, it's moving. And maybe we're getting somewhere now. Hey, there we go.
Good job, Daddy.
I was trying to think, what can I get in there to like wedge in there, you know? So there's the old one. So the new one has a groove. Huh. Let me measure the difference between these two. So the old one is 0.625, looks like ish. This guy is 0.625. Okay. Well, we'll definitely need to clean in there. Maybe it just gunked up, you know?
Yeah.
It sat for a lot of years. Man, I'm just glad we got that out, huh?
Yes.
So 1/2 inch tap, guys, if you have the same problem.
So I'll put these new marker lights on. While I was driving, and I guess she didn't tighten one up, and it left the chat, so I gotta unplug this one and replace it. I remember the wires. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're gonna go ahead and install this guy with the way bigger spring here. So that ought to really pump up the jams. Can I get it in there with this huge spring is the question. Whew. Just about got me. Oh, man. It's so hard to hold. That's not working.
You ain't got the thumbs for it? Come on now.
You try to push this thing in. Y'all, you have to bench press with your thumbs to be able to do it. What's wrong, Ralph?
I'm scared.
Let me show you something. Look here. Oh, wow.
You usually fail by now.
It hit two things.
I done thought I was got.
Look right here, wait for the flash.
Cross thread that joker.
Hit me in the chest like 45. Oh, sorry about that, bro. Bring it. Here!
Oh.
Ow.
Who did it hit?
Hit my arm. I'm putting these wires through here, and then I should be able to connect them. Come on now.
Are you tired of being bad out there? You gonna come in here and be bad?
He's been in the crit.
It's not safe in here.
It's dangerous, Murph.
So I put a new connector on this because it was the wrong size, and it should just wiggle on here.
New plan, 11/16 socket with a screwdriver through the middle of it. Whoa. You're not turning anything. You gotta get locked into that. There you go.
Is that it?
I think we're in. I'm gonna let y'all see. Okay, you're in.
Oh, thank you, good Lord.
11/16 deep well socket, screwdriver through the middle of it. That's what worked for us. Well, that's got like all the timing marks on it. That's nice.
I thought it was pretty cool.
So you can clean up your factory oil screen, I guess you'll call it. We had a brand new one here, so we're just gonna use it. And we're gonna put our first dress up piece here. Got all new gaskets. So we got a chrome oil filter cover, I guess you call it. Actually, the little Felpro gasket kit she had came with all new copper washers and everything. Hopefully these brand new shiny parts don't leak, because sometimes you do that. You take the stock parts off and you put brand new shiny pieces on and they aren't made as good as the stock stuff was sometimes. We'll see, I guess.
I've got all the wires cranked on both sides. That side's already installed. Just gotta tighten this up.
We actually have a brand new oil cooler and this, I guess it's called adapter bracket. I don't know what it's called. And it has seals in there. We have new seals. You know, like those guys right there. Look the same to you, Marge?
Yep.
They come with new studs and everything. Seems like the Empi brand is like super popular with VW stuff. I see that everywhere when we've done this stuff.
Here's the old and the new. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. I think we're good.
She got me shining.
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, those are blue plug wires. That's nice.
Yeah, I like the blue.
Don't be using that rubber band for all the wrong reasons, okay? If I get hit with a rubber band, I'm gonna know where it came from. Got our new O-rings there. Probably just set them down the block, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
One of them, the center wasn't knocked out of it. That would have been really bad.
Yeah, I would have.
One nice thing about replacing this, aside from replacing the seals, is the brand new oil cooler won't be, you know, as dirty as this one. So hopefully it'll cool down the oil better as well.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Dad, you're getting
Yes.
your fingerprints all over my nice stuff,
I've got
okay?
gloves on.
No, there's stuff on your gloves, Dad.
I just put them on. I'm trying to keep it clean. What we should have done, I always do this wrong. I should have washed the block before we took it apart. But there was all this tin work over it. So really, I guess I should have took the tin work off, then washed it. Now it's got like open ports into the crankcase, and I don't want to pressure wash in here. Are they longer? The new one's a little bit longer because of the springiness.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're like barely longer.
It's fine.
Well, see those O-rings go on here.
They feel so light.
That's so strange.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what even is this?
Look at our huge box full of old parts now.
Is that the same piece?
That's definitely the same
The
piece.
same piece here? Okay, what is this?
Alright, I think those,
why is there two pieces of that?
that comes apart. Boom.
So this is a brand new mount that came with the alternator conversion. So I believe this is the correct one for the alternator. It's different than what we had. There's a huge difference between these two. That's the difference, guys.
Crazy.
All right.
I think that's it.
Okay.
We're gonna try to get this stud out now. This is a 3/8 nut. I'm gonna try to weld it to here and then back it out. Some stuff on VWs is magnesium. I think these may be aluminum, but I like the engine case is magnesium. A friend of mine, Jason, got burnt really bad grinding magnesium. So you gotta be super careful and don't put it out with water, okay? Use a fire extinguisher. That weld right there will put heat into the stud. Hopefully, will help us get it out. Come on. Broke off clean with a head. Good deal. And it hit me in the arm on the way. That's not good. With that being so flush now, just from past experience, it's probably not going to come out. We're probably going to have to try to drill it. And also from past experience, drilling into a hard steel part, when there's soft metal around it, usually the drill bit wants to go to the passive least resistance and go to the soft metal. Only good thing we have on our side is this is not a water-cooled engine, so there's no water passages to hit. So that's good. We don't have a good way to put it in the mill, do we? It's too tall, right? Sit up this way in the mill?
Yeah, it's too tall. Also, I don't have a drill bit.
Okay, well, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way then. I just flattened it out is all I did. Now we're going to try to hit the center of this. Oh, it's actually open in the back. That's convenient.
I wonder if that's why it's like rusted up in there.
Yeah. So trying to hit the dead center here. I've really had problems with these on LS motors, and behind them is a water passage, and yeah, I've done that. This is a 1/16 drill bit. I just break that off. I was being careful. Oh, it's even worse because then trying to drill through a drill bit. It snapped off right there, just inside of it.
Wow.
I don't know if it's even really possible to drill through that. We're about to try. Hear that squeaking? That's it hitting the old drill bit. The final drill bit size is 17/64. And I've had no luck with the smaller drill bit, so I'm just going right to this now.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on these heat shields. So I'm heating up the crank pulley so we can put it on.
No, QA's, yeah. Looks good.
It's better, don't it?
Yeah. So while Dad's trying to drill that out, we're going to resurface these jugs so it'll seal it better to the head. This is 220.
Well, after like over an hour, I think I may have got through the drill bit.
That's been a doozy.
Oh, man. If this one thing wouldn't have happened, there you go. I'd have been done with this a long time ago.
Oh, good boy.
I just broke another one.
What?
So I've been at this for like literally another hour, guys. These are all brand new drill bits. So this is the correct size, which is what I was trying, and it just wouldn't cut. Now I went to like an 1/8 inch. I went to all different sizes. So I've been trying to step it up in tiny increments because that seems to be the best way to make it cut fast. It literally just snapped another drill bit off just now. Inside there. Yeah, that's a real bummer.
Another one.
It was just a 1/16 drill bit that snapped off. It took me forever to get through that.
Since we can't get much done with the motor right now, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get these seals out while Dad's trying to drill that. It's them grippers, ain't it?
Yep.
Almost everything on this car, it's got these little like metal tabs that you gotta pry up or down. These things give me so much pain, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
This is the end of my rope right here. That's where we're at. Ralphie had an idea of just plasma cutting through the center of that since it took me like forever to drill through the last one. So I'm going to try just give it a little right through the middle. Hopefully we don't ruin the cylinder head while we're doing this. I don't know if that helped. It seemed to like go out the side. I don't know if it went through. I think it's maybe so thick because this is not designed to cut super thick stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go through it.
Well, how far did it go? Oh, it
Went pretty far. Well, maybe that'll make it easier to drill at least. I don't want to melt that aluminum.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to pull this and my arm went straight back and hit this. Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened, but this stuff is like, it's just hard as a rock. It's just like crunching. Stuff ain't coming out of here. And on top of that, not only is there one set of grippers, but there's a whole other set on the bottom. It's gonna take me a couple to get all this. It's gonna be a minute. Golly! That. Okay.
Now you're cooking.
You're amongst it.
I am amongst it.
Yeah, look how big it's supposed to be. And it's rotted off.
He's got Marge out there cranking it to check the spark.
Push the button. Hold on. The fuel pump's pumping everywhere.
This is like so crusty.
You tell me if that thing flashed.
Yeah.
It's flashing?
Yeah, you got spark.
Everything doesn't make sense.
I'm telling you, brother, it's your fuel stuff.
Yeah, but when we're pouring fuel directly into the intake,
It's still clogged up in there.
how? You can't clog up an intake.
We need to grab this guy.
Wow.
Maybe that'll help you.
That's crazy.
It won't grab all the way up to the top is the problem. It's slipping off. We'll get it with a hammer and die after she gets that rubber out.
If you look down in here, this thing is like sitting with fuel, so we just think it's ultra flooded. So I'm gonna try to pump it out of there.
She was roached.
Yeah, she was.
I'd be itchy too if I had that much fur.
All right, I got all the rubber seals out.
You look good in there.
Appreciate it.
I don't know what to tell you. This is literally a brand new drill bit, Milwaukee brand, out of the bag. I know there's not a broken off drill bit in there because we got that out. Won't touch it, guys. All these were brand new drill bits. I've tried all different sizes. I've tried different brands. I guess it's just like really hardened steel is the only guess I got. I've been at it all night here, but I'm kind of done with it tonight. It's been a long time since I've seen something that I couldn't drill through with a brand new name brand drill bit like that. I guess we'll see y'all again when I get through drilling this and fixing the threads. All right, guys, this is what about 4 hours of drilling looks like for me. And it's wanting to wander up that way, unfortunately. So I've tried for the last 2 days to get a new cylinder head because everybody I talked to said these are like impossible to drill out. 3 different people thought they had one and then all of them fell through. So now I'm drilling again, guys. I didn't want to be here, but that's where I'm at. There's a possibility that there's one more guy. There's a possibility he might come through with something tonight, but I can't wait anymore. We got to get this done. Wa's actually off school today. So she's going to be working on doing her seals in the engine, and I'm going to be drilling on this. And then once we get this drilled out, we can start putting the engine back together. I even went to the store and tried to get some more of the correct size drill bits. Bought, I think, 4 of these. So this is a brand new bit right here. Doesn't do nothing. Guess I'm going to be here a while, guys.
This is the firewall seal. Apparently you don't even have to put no glue or nothing. So I'm just gonna slide it in these tracks, squeeze them down. Yeah, you kind of pinch these tabs down on the rubber, and that's just how it stays in there.
Marge is booger picking again, guys.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, we gotta get that junk out of there so it doesn't overheat. So she's picking at this while we're doing other stuff.
I enjoy this.
It's hard to get a hold of it, I guess, the bottom side at least.
Gotta hug the transmission.
I'm hoping, ain't I?
You don't reckon there's any stink bugs down there, do you?
Wow, why you gotta do this?
Or cicadas?
Let's just not think about that right now.
Finally.
It's crooked as all get out, guys. I was trying to salvage it, and this bolt's just gonna have to be at an angle. I have some new studs here, M8 by 1.25. Here's our problem. This stud's actually supposed to be about here, I believe, and you can see how much the drill bit walked over that way. So now we're over here. So in order to correct it, I tried to drill it at a little bit of an angle like this, so that maybe out here it's the same width. That's my theory. So the tap is gonna be a little bit crooked. Is that straight?
No comment.
Will it fit? Look at that.
Looks good.
Might actually work. We may end up having to replace this cylinder head later, but I mean, I tried to replace it in this video, guys. It just wasn't possible.
All right, we're right in there.
Oh yeah, it looks tight.
Yeah, it looks real good now.
Good job.
Dad,
What?
why is it that crooked?
I tried. I tried my best. Well, I mean, the real question you need to ask is why did they make that stud that hard? That's the real question.
That's a very good question.
It's crazy.
No one would have guessed that.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't. Did you get all the grooves cleaned out, Marge?
I think so. Pretty good.
Maybe we can put it back together now.
Let's do it.
I don't got any snacks on me. You might find something around here though. She is like scanning. Wow, sweet. To add to the weirdness of your car, this isn't a 1300. I just measured it.
What?
It's a 1600 single port. This is supposed to be like 70 something millimeters. It's 85 millimeters. And you have a 69 millimeter stroke, so it makes it a 1600. So it's not a 1300. I thought this thing was a hog leg the whole time. I don't know. Please let us know in the comments what the deal is, because you look it up, it says there's supposed to be a 1600 dual port. I don't know if this thing had the heads changed to a single port. That would be odd. That's kind of going backwards, I would think. I'm not sure what happened, guys. Yeah, it's a 1600, so it's bigger than we thought.
Amazing. That is so weird.
Did you see her tongue go in there?
Yes.
To promote sealing, I'm gonna sand some of this corrosion off and gunk off around here. You know, this is a cylinder we were afraid had blown I would say head gasket, but I guess it's just blown a head. This is like 600 grit sandpaper, guys. It's really fine. And they've already cleaned up the top of the sleeves there, the jugs.
That already looks cleaner.
Yeah. I took all that corrosion off there. I just hope this one seals up good. It's nice, like going through one like this, because you kind of know what you had then, you know?
Yeah.
Before we just kind of guessed at what had been done to it before and what hadn't, and now we actually know. You can see there, it looks like we got a pretty good clean surface now to seal up to.
So I'm gonna go ahead and spray some brake cleaner through these push rod tubes because we don't want to be dirty when we put them in there.
Wall's got our new seals here that go around the push rod tubes, which I think was our primary leak on this engine. So that ought to fix a lot of our issues, we hope. So you can see there, it's just a rubber seal. So looking into it, guys are saying a lot of people use RTV around these to seal them up to the block, which makes sense to me. So I think I'm going to use the RTV here, and then I think I'm going to use some of this Hylamar spray around this ring to help promote sealing there as well. I'm trying not to overdo it here, just put a little bit of RTV around it. Guess I'm going to get this and get down here. It'd really be better to take the jugs off the motor, but then you have to deal with piston rings, reinstalling and all that, and I don't want to break anything. Okay, I've got that one scooped up all the way around. I'm going to spin this around and pop this other one out some. Trying to bring it out as far as I can. I just don't understand how these things ever sealed up if they didn't have this stuff in the factory. They must have had their junk figured out, huh?
Evidently.
Okay, got this one gooped up. All the way, there we go. We gotta put this heat shield in here before we put the tubes in.
A lot of little heat shields on this car.
That's what scares me the most, honestly. Making sure I get all these back in. I've seen people say they put sealer on here, and some people say don't put sealer on there. To me, it makes more sense not to, because this is like rubber. So these guys are gonna go here. We're gonna put the part line to the top of the engine, so we have less chance of a leak. I'm gonna throw the push rod in there just to kind of hold it in place to keep it from falling. Blowing through all of them just to make sure there's no dirt. It's weird, look how offset the lifter is in there. It's way more offset than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be straight on. We've used this stuff a lot on cylinder head gaskets around here, and it seems to work really well. So I'm gonna put this up there to block it from getting all of the piston. And this stuff supposedly stays flexible and never dries. Let me know in the comments if you've used this before on a VW engine. I'll give it a little bit more to seal up to. I put a little bit of that sealer around the combustion chamber as well. Going down. Woo. Oh, I think my boat hit the dock. I keep them centered in there. Yeah, your one's a little bit off. You in the block good?
I think so.
That's nice, the loose seals in there and stuff. Oh, golly. Don't crack them too tight. You know what the first step on the torque is? 7.
That's crazy.
And the last step is 23. I think a big block Ford's 130. Like, I don't know how it seals at all. So it's got a washer behind every one of these. It's a 15 millimeter. And this is a stud that came out. Wonder why they did a single inlet port. That's how the inline 6 Chevrolets were. They had a single intake port. This push rod tubes really are holding it back. So to make sure our stud's all the way in, I double nutted the studs. So I put 2 nuts back to back to jam them up against each other. So that way it makes sure it threads all the way into the block before it tightens down against the head, because we want to get that thread engagement on there. See, well, now we can take that one off. So I'm gonna do the 7 right now. This is accurate. All right, 23. There you go. You're at it right there. Ooh, scary. The best shop kitty in the world right here. He spent all night last night in here. I want to make sure it's clean under the valve cover area here. And I've already sprayed down these rockers. Put the mismatch nuts on here. And I'll tell you, drilling through that cylinder head, that was harder than filling out an application at Dollar General, I'll tell you what.
Oh my goodness.
You cleaned all this stuff?
Yeah.
If you're wondering about the messed up spark plug in this cylinder head, we just threaded the whole thing back in, like the helicoil, the plugs and all. I'll put it on this car, okay? There, we're getting there.
That's sketchy.
Your tube's messed up, that's what's wrong. You already bottomed out. Oh, here we go.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Is this again?
Oh, no.
Second offense?
Oh, no. Okay. All right, got it.
Third attempt. How do you do this alone, you think? Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, now it's mine. Okay. Think that I can get in here? Wow.
That's absolutely tragic. Good thing we're not working on my car, right?
Oh, that's
You better not. Yes, you would.
Oh, we got 2 studs to put back in here. Are they the same? Yeah. We did put our heat shield on, guys, underneath there too.
That's probably good.
Probably or for sure?
Probably.
Ralphie's home from school, so he's gonna clean up the carburetor for us real quick.
Yeah. There you go. There's our float. It doesn't look bad.
We've got this thing top dead center number 1 with a rotor pointing at the number 1 cylinder. This is the number 1 cylinder. We're gonna set our valves now. 6 thousandths is the setting. Ooh, that's loose. This one right here, which is your exhaust one, it feels good. It just has a tiny bit of drag. This is way loose here. So we got a 13 millimeter. We'll break the jam nut loose. Let's tighten this up until it just starts to drag on 6 thousandths here. And that's where you need to be. We're just gonna spin the motor over, and every time a cylinder's at top dead center number 1, we're gonna check the valves, and they'll be set when we put our valve covers on.
I mean, the bowl was pretty clean, but there was some dirt in these passages. So I've about cleaned out all of them.
Maybe that's why I wouldn't want to idle.
Probably. Now I just gotta put it back together.
Well, I was trying to find a picture of how all the heat shields go so we don't mess up, hopefully. Oh, okay. Yeah, right there.
This is my valve flash helper here. Is that good?
Yes.
So if you go counterclockwise with the engine, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going counterclockwise.
What are you doing?
Editing.
Oh, Lord. Everybody's editing.
It's a little video factory here. So they were all tight. Apparently we squished that head down a little flatter than what it used to be. Now I'm gonna pop these hold downs off here for the valve cover. You hit my car. It's funny, this is just like how a master cylinder normally goes on, you know. Does make it easy for valve adjustments. And we got our brand new chrome valve covers. Everything seems to be Empi brand, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Like it's a really popular brand, I guess, with VWs. Everything I see is Empi. Put that on there. This thing's gonna look fly.
I was going to say, she's already looking better.
Wall's gonna throw our new plugs in here. Need to figure out how these guys work. But we also got to get our new, they call it tins, I think. I call it heat shields, but they call it tins on here. We couldn't find one in the book, but Wall found a picture here. So this guy is the top for this right here. Ooh, very nice. And we actually have brand new screws as well. Well, that covers up all the ugly I didn't wash.
Huh?
So this is specifically made for a single port, I guess. So best I can tell, this goes together like this. And this hole meets up with the bottom here. So it should go this way. And that's your alternator because we got an alternator now instead of a generator, which I'm super excited about.
Looks like it was rubbing.
Oh yeah, it was rubbing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you can see it on there. Oh, dang it.
We were trying to figure things out here. Like here's our new fan, but it didn't fit on there. So then we figured out we had to get the adapter thing off the old generator. And now we're trying to figure out this because this goes on here. But it's like I don't have enough threads to thread it on. So I'm trying to see if I got something wrong. And we didn't have that piece in the middle. I think we need that. So
Like a waitress stitch.
exactly. So I think that guy goes in there, which is gonna make our problem even more
Worse, sir?
pronounced. But that's the right direction. That's the way the old one was. So why are our studs not long enough? This is at the bottom. The studs are at the top. That is way, way, way too short of studs.
Look at you.
Oh, no. Makes sense now.
You know why it really makes sense? Because this is the side you see.
Oh.
Wow.
The people.
Wow, big brain here.
Yeah, we're getting roasted in the comments right now, for sure. So the nuts were missing off of her old one. So that may be why it was actually rubbing.
Incredible.
So we're gonna reuse this old adapter here. There's shims to set the distance. They had 3 in there. We'll just leave that. We got the new fan here, which I believe is the same as the old fan. Doesn't seem to rub, does it?
No.
36 millimeter.
Yeah.
So this comes with 10 shims, and you can stack them on the inside if you need the belt to be looser, on the outside if you need them to be tighter. So I put 5 on the inside and 5 on the outside of this, and we'll just start from there. We got a brand new fancy nut here. It's like a lug nut, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
This is so much lighter than the generator was, because this is, feel that guy.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh. This is aluminum here,
About
so
20,
a lot lighter.
21, 22.
We'll start from there. Everything spins freely. This is your alternator hole down here.
It just clamps down?
Yes. We're gonna go ahead and bolt this to the fan shroud and see if it rubs or not. It's gonna be the shiniest motor we own.
That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Everything sounds good. We're not getting any clearance issues.
I feel it.
Oh, you do? Go around your oil cooler there.
Oh, that's sketchy.
There you go. Maybe that'll help. Right there.
Calm down. There's like a notch that goes in here. You look it up right there, I think.
Out a little bit.
Mine's in.
Yours is good?
We got her, son.
These
Wow,
screws-
look
I
at that
haven't got
mirror.
mine in.
Oh, my goodness.
You're gonna be winning car shows now.
It's possible.
Show and shine. The alternator's not bottomed out either yet.
I've heard Chrome won't get you home.
It's starting to touch the alternator bracket now.
It looks good though.
I think I'm gonna have to trim the bottom edge of it a little bit. Was it hitting the block or something? Oh, right here, look. We're gonna have to trim it. It's hitting that boss on the block and not coming down far enough. We still got a gap right there, so it's gotta come down farther. We got probably, I don't know, underneath there, we might even have like a 1/2 inch. So it's gonna have to come up to probably here. Same thing back here on the back side. We're gonna have to trim this off. All right, let's try it again. Is your heat shield lined up?
Yeah, mine's good over here.
Well, that's sitting down a lot better, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be enough. We're bottomed out here against this, so it can't go down any farther on this side. Same thing on this side, so I think we're good. We're touching the bracket here on the alternator, so we should be good there. Ooh. Well, what's that rubbing? I'm trying to figure out which side it's rubbing on. That wasn't rubbing right before this. To rub there? No. I might put something just underneath that alternator so it doesn't pull down just quite as much.
Are you doing a good job, kitty tater? Oh. Hello. He spoiled it, didn't he?
He is spoiled. Probably because we bottle fed him.
So we ended up being able to fix it without changing any shims. I took the shim out, I put it under here. It was rubbing in here. So we pushed back on the alternator before we tightened it down, and that fixed it. We're gonna see if our belt is properly tensioned here. Okay. That is completely out of alignment. Like absolutely out of alignment.
But why?
I don't know.
It's like way. Ew.
The alternator's out way too far.
One thing after the other, ain't it?
It is. Like we've been putting one piece on, taking it back off. Put it on, take it back off. It can go back farther on the bracket, but not by much. Is it our crank pulley? Our new crank pulley? While I'm dealing with the nightmare over there, I'm gonna straighten this out for Wall so she can start putting the seal around here. We had to go to a bigger hammer, guys. It's more solid than I thought.
Wow.
Pull back a nub. Great. I buy only the highest quality tools, and this still happens.
I'm gonna put in the rear engine seal. So if you look, this is the part that goes in the track, and this part hangs down. Slide this in here. That actually fits crazy well.
Well, after much heartache, sorrow, and a lot of adjustments, I think we have it. What I had to do was stand up on the table with my biggest pry bar and pry the alternator back as hard as I can in the fan shroud. You can see it's kind of sunk in the chrome here. I guess this fan shroud's just a little off on the way it's made or something. But it doesn't rub. I tried it before I put the belt on. All that's good. So I believe we can go ahead and put our intake manifold on. I bet my clamp's in the wrong spot for that intake to go through.
Oh no.
I bet that was right in the wrong spot. And I just saw that we have a chrome one, so looks like I'm taking that back off.
Probably figured out you gotta do the bottom ones first, or there's like no possible way.
Okay, I'm up here, guys. Okay. Why are you doing that? Just floor it.
Golly.
I'm sitting here struggling. You're like,
It looks pretty dead on.
I'm trying not to kill it.
it's not dragging. Looks in line.
Hopefully we don't have to take it back off.
Ever.
Again.
We're going through all the tin work. So this guy goes back here. So he took the oil cooler ductwork back off. These guys go under here on each side. This one's two pieces for some reason. This guy we've been missing the whole time that goes here. I think there's a tiny little piece here we don't have. I can't find one anywhere, or there wasn't any on the motor before, so we may have to get that at a later date. For now, we want to test fit our brand new intake. Now that our clamp's out of the way. And we got these brand new ends, which actually look really nice compared to what we had. Yeah, I would guess. As with everything else with this project so far, this fits about as good as my old high school jeans. I'm gonna knock this back out of the way.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good now.
Oh, you're getting it. Good job.
Took some getting used to.
Figuring it out, huh?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm running into. This has a old copper seal that goes around here, gasket. And our new intake came with what looks like the aluminum one maybe. I'm just assuming this is crushed and needs to be replaced. And I've been digging at it and picking at it and not having any luck. So I'm gonna heat it up and see if I can get it out that way. There you go. Crazy.
That's wild.
Like,
I was just like, don't, just leave it.
I don't even know what I'm looking at there. There you go. From what I've read, the smooth side needs to go up towards the intake manifold.
Get your dogs out of here. Get your dogs.
Are they sweaty? Are they sweaty? So the intake bolts to a stud in there, but thankfully it's slotted. I think we got it on there now. So we got these really nice couplers here versus what we had, them old radiator hoses. That may have been part of our issue of why it wouldn't idle like a vacuum leak, you know?
Yeah.
We're back at the back now with this shield that appears to seal up against your firewall seal that she's put in. Start them all before we tighten them down. We've been at this for hours, guys.
It took forever.
Like, it's a whole nother day, guys. We're still at it. Trying to figure all this out and not mess anything up. This is a couple parts that Wall's really excited about. She's got a clear distributor cap. I don't think I've ever even owned a clear distributor cap. So that guy's gonna go on there. That's gonna be pretty cool to be able to see
Yeah,
that.
that's awesome.
And Wall's favorite color is blue, so.
It sure is.
That's really gonna spiff it up right there. Look how that seals off that heat shroud. That's pretty neat. Hopefully our plug stays in there that messed up on us.
Let's don't talk about that.
Bottom tab's done.
Good.
Just the bottom?
Yes.
You're halfway done.
Yeah. Top shouldn't be that hard though. At least I don't have to hold it in.
I never hold it in.
No, we know that, Dad.
This is your oil cooler ductwork here. We got this rubber seal on here as well. To help fill in that gap. And I marked where the outside edge of this other piece is to know where this goes. Right up through here. Next fitment issue. Before I can get this screw, it's hitting right here. So I'm gonna have to trim that back just a little bit. I'm used to dealing with like one shroud, you know? Not like 20 of them.
Installed.
Woohoo! So yeah, that should help out. We've never had that.
Yeah, everybody was always telling us it was going to overheat because of the shrouds and the seals. We never had that problem, but we never had a gauge on it. We got our reproduction carburetor here that has been one of our biggest problems. They seem to run good when they're brand new and then not anytime after that moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
What are we hitting? It's all there.
Turn it around. Oh, yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
That's a terrible idea. Forgot I said that. Delete that.
I thought this was taller than the factory one. It looked taller. Let's take something else back off. And that is running right into that. Well, how does this work? Do we need a spacer?
Oh, we have spacers.
Heavy clutch, son. Only
Okay.
thing is, are the studs long enough?
It says dune buggy on it. Is this a dune buggy?
Apparently.
Yes, that'll work. It's so close though, it's ridiculous. Of course, if we get a gasket in there, that'll be a little bit more space, won't it? Maybe you always have to do that when you go to an alternator, I don't know. Now we just gotta get longer studs.
So I'm gonna clean up the firewall so I can put some insulation on it.
We're using the all-purpose cleaner here from Sweet Patina. Go check them out. Use code SLEEPERDUDE to get 5% off your order.
Shoot, it's running off there.
After much searching, it looks like the magic combo is using some of the exhaust studs I had that are a little bit longer than intake studs. Kind of a little too short for this. I think it's gonna work though. I think we got just enough threads. Okay, once again, got something that needs to be trimmed. So this actually bolts to the block here. I've already got one started up here at the back. That's in place, and that bolts to your exhaust right there. Our back half of our exhaust that we need to use for this, because this didn't come with a back half, is welded together. So we may end up welding this on, or we may end up having to use the exhaust we had. I don't know which one right now. I think we've got all the tin work on there that we have. It did take forever.
Take forever.
The little ones have been at school all day while we've been working on this right here and what she's done. I got our new exhaust gaskets in there. It's like some multi-layered steel gaskets. This has got to be squished in here. That seems to fit. These new ones are 11 millimeter. We even got a new coil bracket that's chrome. Wow, look at that.
It's beautiful.
I've never installed this much chrome on any engine ever. Usually I just focused on performance only and not like what a car looks like really. I don't want to mount it and it be hitting the body or something, so we'll wait on that. Pushes into the intake there. So we're gonna put new insulation in here, and Wawa is straightening out all the little spikies so that we can poke them through the insulation and then bend them over so they stay. I'm gonna have to trim this as well. It's not that funny. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and install these tubes though with this shield out of our way. Are you hyper? No. Okay. Look who's home from school. Well, it's close. It's very close. It's been such a nightmare, honestly. It is looking better, huh?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Wall's gonna try to put up this insulation here. This should help with heat and noise, both. We ripped down the factory insulation when we did the wiring harness, but the engine was in it, so we really couldn't put the new back in. So she's gonna try to figure out what shape it needs to be and start sticking this down. So somehow incredibly, this is too long on this side. So I'm going to have to cut off about 1 3/4 inches off that.
I'm bending these tabs over. I'll hold this on here.
Finally got this close enough to fit. I guess I'm going to cut this exhaust off right here so that we can weld it to this other one. So this is the half we're using. I just got to take that shield off there. Will that match up to that one? Looks like it will if we weld it together again, huh?
Yeah. Gosh, that's ferocious. Just gotta turn it up.
A little adjustment.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be super careful with our stud here that's crooked and just try to tighten it up as much as I can without pulling our new threads out or anything, because I know they're weak. How's it going?
Pretty good.
You got almost all of it.
Almost.
Murphy's shopping again. Now, while the welds are still hot, I'm gonna try to get our heater hoses on here. Looks like we have enough room, that's good. I was a little worried about that. Let's tighten back down. I think that's it.
Yeah.
And aside from putting oil in it.
Looks together.
So she's completely insulated now. We actually have brand new bell housing bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in here since there hasn't been one since 87 probably. We'll leave that right there. This is our special starter bolt we didn't have. So that flat spot fits against the starter, I believe, and keeps this from rotating on you when you go to put the nut on it. So I'm gonna get that in there as well. Can't rotate. I'm gonna back them up so they're not in our way yet. I guess it's time to throw it back in there.
Woohoo! Let's do it.
Go down slow. Ralph, go down. Okay.
It's not that bad.
There she is.
That was pretty bad. It looks really good.
It does look really good. It's gonna look even better in the car because a lot of the ugly that's on this side is not gonna be shown anymore. Okay, get that.
I barely went.
Yeah, we went up a little higher with the car now. Pretty easy to tilt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be okay. Oh, where the alternator's hitting. Just watch this stuff in the front. Our plug wires and stuff.
You feel it yet?
It is like the tightest engine bay because there's no need for a radiator and stuff. It doesn't have to have extra room in the engine bay, I guess.
Yeah.
Something's in the bind.
Well, this is hitting. And your belt's hitting. And that's hitting.
Just everything. Oh yeah, this is really getting hit here.
Yeah.
I just need to lean it more.
This stuff's good over here, really.
Man, they don't give you much room, do they? It's just like wedged in there right now.
We're about all this jack can go.
Over here it's wedged.
We need to angle it more or something.
Just pry that back just a little.
Like something,
help?
something moved there.
I mean, you're close.
Hold on, let me get this seal down. I don't want to mess your seal up. Leaning hard this way, so it's got to be this side holding us. See this stud here? Mm-hmm. So we're hitting that. Okay, that got me past that lip. Probably has another 2 inches it needs to go straight up. Wow, Murphy. I think you need to lean down in the back some to get in here. Okay, there's nothing holding that engine in. None of the jacks are touching the engine.
No, I don't think the jack's maxed.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That is unfortunate, isn't it? Let it down just enough to get this block in there. Hold on, hold on, hold on. A little bit more. Right. Okay, right there we're about at the right height, I
I
think.
heard something move.
Oh, look at that.
It's in.
Mine, I think, needs to go down just barely. Oh, look.
Yeah, it moved a lot.
Trying to get our throttle cable through here. There's a little tube that goes through the fan shroud.
Wow.
The big question is splining it up on the
Yeah.
input shafts. It's in gear, so.
Yeah, they're moving.
It is? So it's splined up? bolts aren't long enough to reach yet. That looks pretty squared up with the transmission now. We had to put a thicker block into there. Okay, well that top starter bolt just pushed through. I still think we're not close enough to get a nut on it. I think it went forward just a little bit right there. Did it?
I think it did.
Oh yeah, okay, I can get a thread on there. We finally got it to the inch forward, off camera. Perfect timing. There you go. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start the nut on it. Okay, I got that started. Whew. Finally getting somewhere, hopefully.
You got that started.
And these are a 17. I'm gonna start inching this thing forward. I'm gonna go back and forth and keep an eye on the gap. Make sure one side's not pulled up tighter than the other one or anything. You don't want to get it in a bind. I got a nut started at the bottom now.
Yeah.
We're having slow with the jack. I think we're in a little bit of a bind here. Okay, yeah, that helped me. I think you can let it all the way down, honestly, slowly. Because, I mean, it's got 3 bolts in it, which is the same amount of bolts it had in it when it was driving. I feel better that it has 4 bell housing bolts now instead of 3.
Right.
Trying to hook the throttle tail back up. Seems to be working. Whoop here.
Somebody's gonna be happy because I put this bracket on for the fuel filter. Somebody sent us this bracket like 2 years ago with the filter, and I finally put it on. So it bolts to the transaxle right about where the CV joint is, obviously. Right where the fuel line comes out, and hooks that up. I don't know how fun that'll be changing the fuel filter later, but it is a very nice mount, and it's made to keep it off the exhaust so that you don't catch a fire. Okay, that's our last bell housing bolt. I'm just glad it doesn't have like 12 bell housing bolts. Don't look like we pinched any wires or anything. I think we're good there. I'm waiting to hook the fuel line up because it looks like I'm gonna have to cut the metal line. I just don't want to spill gas everywhere tonight, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I'm making a new fuel line because the old one was old and crusty and hard. But I should cut that right there. It should be pretty good.
Murphy, why do you like to lay in the way?
To the floor.
Oh yeah, it's working. You're good.
And it's returning.
That's still flexible hose.
I like to tighten the clamps till they almost bust. That's just me. Yeah.
If it leaks, it's your fault.
All right, we mounted our coil. Got brand new coil bracket and cover. Now I think we gotta hook some wires up. Did you rip the tags off all these? I know this right here goes to the negative side of the coil. Red to red here, I remember that. Everything on this car is like spade connectors. It's so weird. Murphy, why do we do this?
Who was you?
He just wants to lay against somebody while they're working.
Hey, buddy.
Marge, we was hoping to have this running today.
I know, it's been a long day.
We'd have to pull it all nighter to get it running. Now look, outside it's pitch black. I know this goes to the oil pressure gauge here. Oh, we got another thing that goes to the coil. Oh, positive side of the coil.
Poor Granny caught the tape on that one.
I'm gonna assume this grounds to the case of the alternator just like it did the generator. It's brown wire. I believe the green wire goes here and the big heavy red one goes here. Our red one and our green one are gonna have to new ends put on them. We gave it our best try today, but there was just too many slowdowns. Like everything went slow today.
Yeah, I did.
Hopefully tomorrow we can crank this thing up and see if she still runs.
All right. Whoa!
Granny, that was the worst timing, Granny.
You've never heard that before.
That's the first time. I didn't even know they whistled anymore.
Oh, God.
Like a human.
Oh, see y'all tomorrow. Is today the day?
Yes, today.
If you're wondering, Wawa's off school this whole week, actually. Yeah. Somehow they end up different weeks. So she's off this week. Next week, the 2 little ones are off. So you might see a video next week showing them a little more. This week, it's Wawa. I believe I'm hooking this up right. We'll see, right?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Marge, about your foot.
It's okay.
Putting a spade connector on here. And our ring connector is a little too small, so we're going to change it out as well. Ralphie was going to drill it out last time. I thought it's going to wad him up like a cheap suit. So that'll go down there. This car has a brand new wiring harness because someone had went through before we bought it and cut every single wire off like 1 inch from the plug for some strange reason. So it required a new harness. Okay, we can fit right on there. And now we have an alternator instead of a generator.
Oh, woo.
So before we had our fuel line run through here, but now there's a seal in the way. And I think there's a hole in this made for the fuel line to go through, it looks like. So I'm gonna poke it through there. Oh yeah, perfect fit. We'll hook up our new fuel filter that's under the car now, instead of back here. Which I like putting the fuel filter on the supply side if I can, because it's better for it not to be on the pressure side. If it leaks on the suction side, it's not as big a deal safety-wise. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I had to loop this fuel line because there's not enough length there. We've always had trouble with it wanting to leak fuel right here where the hose goes on this. I try to slide it on there as far as I possibly can. And the fuel line runs inside the frame, and so does everything else. It's really odd. Let's see if this is going to fit or not, if we want to run it right now or not. That's how it goes. With the mufflers or without the mufflers for now. This would be a lot quieter.
What do you think?
It all depends on how loud you want it to be. But you may not like how it looks sticking out like that.
For now, we leave it off. At some point, I might.
See if you like it or not?
Yeah.
Try it out later. Okay. Ooh, all right, one down.
I'll think of what it was.
It looks so
It
good.
looks really good.
Hey, there's an alternator now I was looking for.
Oh my gosh.
It looks so much cleaner in there now. It looks so much nicer. You'll be in here shining it
I was
up.
gonna say, we need to
yeah.
wipe that
It got
down.
some smudges on it.
Yeah.
We gotta put oil in it. That's an important step.
It looks a lot better than I envisioned, actually. I'm
Understand?
not good at really seeing
Yeah.
like he does, but like it looks really good. I'm really glad with how it turned out, actually.
We got a little bit thicker oil. I saw some guys saying that they run 2050 in these pretty commonly. Like I said, we had a little bit of oil pressure issues, so we're hoping that between the oil pressure boosters we put in and a little bit thicker oil, which we were already running 540, but 50 weight, a little bit thicker. If you didn't know, this is how thick it is cold. This is how thick it is hot. A 550 and a 2050 are the exact same thickness when they're hot. They're just different at cold. So it says these things hold like 2.5 quarters. 2 oil changes in one of these. Isn't that funny?
It's crazy.
It says it's better for flat tappet cams. I'm sure that's because of zinc and stuff. Oh no, don't spill it, don't spill it. Oh, don't spill it. I spilled it. There you go, we're full. And I figured out if you put it in too fast, it comes out the breather.
Oh.
Pour it slowly.
Okay.
I just remembered we actually have to bypass the voltage regulator. So I'm gonna unhook all this. We have the battery unhooked right now. You got 2 wires on this side and you got 3 on this side. All your heavy wires go together and all your little wires go together. So this wire is gonna go to here, green to blue, and then the red and black heavy wires on this end are gonna go to the heavy red. That's how that works. We get it all together. And we won't have to use this guy anymore because our alternator has one built in. Take these spade connectors off of here and put a ring connector where I can bolt all this together. Because I don't have a connector that'll put both these in, it's so big. So I put a male end on this other one so that we can plug these together. We're gonna tighten it down. I'll probably cut this stud off shorter and wrap it all in tape so we don't, you know, sizzle the buns on accident. Got it all taped up now. We should be good to go. One time the seat actually did knock one of the wires off of the regulator, so we'll check it when we get it running and make sure it's still charging, but should be charging there. Time to see if it still runs after being pretty. I'll fill up our bowl here. We got oil in it. We got fuel. It don't take no water. I don't know what that is. All right, let's go for it. Try it. Okay. I'll mess something up, huh? I don't think we're getting spark. I smell gas. All right, turn the key on. So we got power to the coil, and we got the ground coming out of the distributor hooked up. It's electronic ignition. I want to check for spark. I didn't see any spark there. We didn't even move the distributor at all. Didn't loosen it, didn't do nothing. Made sure we didn't mess up our firing order. Despite labeling everything, I hooked that up to the wrong side.
Oh.
So that's supposed to be on the positive side, not the negative. We're not going to talk about Wawa's mistake with the taillight either, guys. Just don't look at that tape. Okay? All right, try it now, Wawa. Keep it neutral when the cars want to go. Got no one aisle still. Got any lights on? in neutral and it's wanting to go forward.
Yeah, I'm in neutral. I don't know what's going on.
I hope that doesn't mean we put something together wrong when we...
Yeah, I was seeing the same thing.
All right, that's in gear there. Pull it to neutral. It's working.
I don't know.
Right. So this is the issue we've had with the carburetor. It's got to where it doesn't want to idle.
At all.
And I had complete faith in the Ralphie carb rebuild. There's two screws. There's a big one and a little one like this. And this one is your idle speed and this one is your idle mixture. So I need to mess with that, I guess. It's always nice when you're videoing and then they start shredding tree limbs next door. I think this is the idle jet. You see that junk?
I was just seeing a big chunk fall out.
I thought Ralphie cleaned this.
No, probably not.
He
He
took
must
it
want
off.
to take that out.
Apparently.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that was just stopped up. Is that stopped up? I think that might have been it right there.
I think you got it.
I think so too. That was completely stopped up. Let's try that.
I think you got it on your land body. Oh, idiot.
Let it warm up a bit.
I'm pretty sure it's charging and oil pressure seems good, so ain't no lights on, so I think we're good.
This is definitely our issue. You tighten the idle engine, it dies. You back it out, and it runs fine. It'll die if you go in. That's definitely where our issue is. You get to where it runs at the highest idle here, and then you actually set the idle speed with the one above it. Get faster and faster. I didn't like that, so I'm gonna back it up. And as we go in, it should slow down. So I pulled this idle jet back out, and since we know that's kind of where our problem is, I think I'm going to enlarge this jet just barely, because when we were just barely loosening this, it was running fine. So that's a problem I've been trying to solve for months on this car, guys. So hopefully this helps somebody else. If it won't idle, check your idle jet on the side, back it off while it's running. If it starts running, you know that's where your problem is. These are pin gauges here, and it tells me how big this hole is. It's about 20 thousandths. So I think I'm going to enlarge it just barely. These are super cool. These are micro drill bits, and there's a drill bit chuck. Look how tiny those drill bits are, Wall.
Wow.
So this is from back in the day when I had a blow-through carb turbo big block Ford, and I would drill out jets and air bleeds and things. You gotta be really careful with them. Let's see if one of these is slightly bigger. 23, okay. So that's slightly bigger. What is this guy here?
25.
Let's go with that guy. This is a just no-name eBay carburetor, like the cheapest one you can get. We've actually had two of these on it. The last one, the shaft seals swelled up and it started hanging up wide open, which, as you might think, that's not a good thing for a 16-year-old driver. So we're just gonna hand drill this. Pulling about 4 thousandths out of it is all. Our takeoff and neutral thing went away too. You just try it like in first and reverse, and went back to neutral and it fixed it. But idles now, doesn't appear to be leaking, has all its cooling stuff, has its insulation, it's shiny. A lot of good things there. Let's give it our first little test drive here in the properties. Are you in reverse?
Yeah.
You are not in reverse. There you go, you're in reverse. I'm so glad we figured out why it wouldn't idle.
Yeah, me too.
We've been working on that for months. I've rebuilt the carburetor, she's rebuilt the carburetor, Ralph has rebuilt it, and that is so nice that it actually is idling now. Oh, you know you want to grab second. Oh, there you go.
I love driving this thing.
Oh.
This thing's tiny.
Yeah, it got to the point where I could drive it with her, but it wouldn't idle good enough. Like every intersection it would die, you know, when you're not been driving for 50 years, you don't know what to do. So it got to where I would have to drive it. Why don't you pull up on the pavement? Let's see if it's leaking anything.
Okay.
Did you check your coolant level?
Ain't no one in
Gotcha. All right, shut her down. There was kind
No
of like
question that.
a clutch out and a key off at the same time.
Yeah.
You don't want her to diesel on you.
Let's just take a look at this thing in the glorious sunlight. Can you just get a look? Take it.
She's a beaut, Clark. She is a beaut now.
Beautiful.
We gotta find our breather. It's somewhere around here. We just don't know where. Not a drip, Marge. This thing usually, especially when you shut it off hot, it would drip. No drip. So
Awesome.
I guess we did a good job resealing it, huh?
I think we did.
Good.
Wanna take her down the road?
Let's do it.
Scooter's here. He's ready. Tell him you're ready, Scooter. She's running good now. All right, watch for traffic. Looks good to me. All right, we're off. I love the shifter on this thing. Oh, man. Our mirror glass fell out for some reason. I don't know why. Is it driving all right?
it. It feels pretty good.
I'm always worried about this car because it's like overheating. We had never really been into the motor. I didn't really know what we had. And I was always worried about it messing up on her, breaking down, or overheating. I feel a lot better about it now. That cylinder head like to have killed me. Golly.
Yeah.
That was such a pain. I can't believe they're so hard to find. Not a lot of 16-year-olds can daily drive a manual anymore. Have we ever driven on the interstate? I don't think I have.
I don't think we have.
I don't know how well they do on the interstate, but
One day.
yeah. They're still charging. No oil pressure issues. We did donuts in this intersection in the Galaxy, the 64 Galaxy Coupe, the NASCAR Galaxy, and I had the gas cap off, and we had a bunch of fuel come out of the ground. It doesn't seem to have a bad dead spot or anything.
No. Makes me happy.
That's start driving it more, huh? Now that it's running better. I'm not used to having a separate jet just for idle like that. And it had like a thread paste around the threads that I think kind of softened up and got in that jet is what happened. Scooter loves to ride in the car. He's been all over the world. It was like the idle speed and the idle mixture was not even affecting it until I backed that idle jet out just a tiny bit, like a quarter of a turn. It started running fine, and then the idle speed and the idle mixture started working again. Pretty boring. When Ralphie was a baby, he used to always talk about all the barns. Before we had a barn, he was obsessed with barns. He'd be like, "Mommy, look at that barn." He was just a baby. Nice little country drive today, huh? Not many people on the road. She's so serious about driving. It's weird, guys, when your kids get old enough to drive. She was saying she wants to get a surfboard for the roof.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
The norm is like luggage. You see luggage and surfboards usually. Marge still gets nervous riding with Wawa.
Yeah, she does.
She's doing a little better, especially if she's driving like a newer vehicle like the Subaru or something, but like she's still super nervous. It doesn't make me as nervous. I had to teach her how to drive.
I want to teach her, Dad taught me.
I actually taught my sister how to drive. She was kind of a late bloomer on getting her license. She's a little bit older than me. There are some swank houses out here. We're on the wrong side of the tracks.
That's what I'm saying.
There's some nice houses out here. I didn't know people live like this. This has definitely been a learning experience.
Yes, it really has.
I could see where if you grew up working on these, you would talk about how easy they are to work on. But it's really challenging if you have a background in like V8 American cars. It's completely different. It's simple when you know all the tricks. I spent a lot of my career in auto body working on BMWs. BMWs were easy if you knew how to take them apart, but if you didn't, you'd spend all day trying to get the bumper off. She's zooming. She really got a deal on this car. She originally paid $2,000 for it. It's really been a good car. These things used to be like a dime a dozen, and now they're not anymore, especially the buses.
Yeah.
You're getting my way. Man, this is a nice Bronco. It's like an old school first generation Bronco over here. He's working on fence row driving that thing. Those are big money vehicles too. Scooter, do you love it? He don't say much. You're car show ready now.
Oh yeah. I really do like the way it turned out though.
Yeah,
It's really
looks
good.
awesome. I was worried we may not have all the pieces we need, but like we had everything we needed. I think it's running better than it ever has.
Yeah, I think it's running really good.
I think she's gonna make it back home.
Hopefully.
What's your future plans?
I think it's really good. I think we got like most of everything pretty good.
She's pulling them out just fine.
Yeah, it's doing really good.
Almost everything on this car is new now. We have made it home. No issues at all. Didn't even have to use the fire extinguisher. Awesome.
That's super cool.
That's a success story right there.
Yeah,
Get your
it sure
baby.
is.
Get your baby. He loves you. Not a drip in sight. Thing's completely up to temperature. No fuel leaks, no oil leaks. That's all the fluid she's got.
Very successful.
How'd it look going down the road, Marjorie?
Cute as a little bug in a rug.
No oil pressure issues anymore. Just want that thick oil and a little bit more spring.
Well, we got the spring for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
spring about got us.
Yeah. Well, the babies are finally home from school. I was really worried throughout this whole build right here. I was really worried that it wasn't going to work out at all. We just ran into so many problems along the way.
Yes.
Luckily, we powered through, you know? We kept at it, we did what we could. We got her going. And it's the best it's ever been, you know?
It's incredible.
Elvis wanted to come down here. He hasn't figured out what these are yet, but oh, never mind. He knows now. I'm not sure how good his sense of smell is, because he really doesn't even have a nose. I'm not sure if I should give him one yet, because
He's not going to sit still there.
he's not going to sit down after that. So we'll just wait a minute here on this, and we'll give him to him at the end. Just keep chewing on your chair. Did you have a good week off school, work on your car?
I did. It was really fun. I had a good time. We got a lot done.
We did get a lot done on it. We got so many parts put on that we've been waiting to put on for a long time. Thank you to everybody that sent stuff. Really, you made this all possible. You really did. She's been super fortunate to have people send her stuff for her car.
Real fortunate.
Future videos. I think the next video may be the Funny Fairmont. Me and the little one's mom may work on that a lot next week. I haven't touched that car since we bought it as far as changing anything. And we're about to change one of the big things that he wanted to do to the car to make it race ready. So that's coming up soon. And you may have seen in the background, we got parts for the Maverick here. I didn't call the machine shop to find out about the Hemi. But you can check out our website at
TheSleeperDude.com.
what we got over there, Marge?
We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, keychains, paintings, little art from here and there.
Hats, hoodies.
Hats, hoodies, yeah.
Posters.
Posters.
Yeah, we appreciate all your support over there. Thank you to everybody that watches the channel. You know all the things that help us out, like, comment, subscribe. All of our members, that's a great way to help support us, and you get daily updates and you know about stuff before the videos come out. We appreciate everybody that does that. Everybody does super thanks, which is the thanks button down below. Those donations really help out as well. You can check out our second channel at
Sleeper Dude 2.
check out our third channel,
Sleeper Dude Arm.
Squeezy's Art channel,
Squeezy Arts.
Rumble,
Sleeper Dude.
Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Sleeper Dude 88.
Okay, shake off. Here we go. The time has come. Let's see.
It's more interesting.
I'm so scared right now. Okay. Where did it go? Yeah. Here, hold on. I got you now. Whoa. Okay, this is what I expected. Hey. How? Here, let him go. How do you give it to me?
You're ridiculous.
This is how you act with food, guys.
You even get it?
Here, you feed the man. Here, get. You're gonna pull back a nub. That's what's gonna happen.
All nubs.
Okay.
Is he getting more?
It's super risky.
Is he getting more?
He wants more.
Right, him bit. Come here. Elvis. Here.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I told you, it ain't worth the risk.
I think you've had enough.
That's
It's all over.
He's got it everywhere.
that's enough for you, okay? Yeah, he is not a good boy when it comes to food. Did he get you? Did he bite you? He's uncontrollable around food, guys. I've never seen a dog that's so crazy about food. All right, let's go see the other babies. This is how you're supposed to act right here. Watch this guy. See how gentle it is? Look, he's so gentle he won't even take it.
can have it.
Elvis needs to watch you, Murphy. Out of all the dogs, you would think he would be the rough one, but he's not. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
Here they come. I see Ethan's bangs from here. He's gonna have to get in there and help us in the shop.
He's stinky.
He hasn't figured out how to escape yet.
You want
Look.
one?
He's never tried them, has he? Oh man, he is the chosen one. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, buddy, it's a phone.
So you get another one?
He deserves one after that. Look at this. Usually you gotta train him. He knows. Hey, where's the Maz? She got a little lip slime, guys. Don't worry about that. There you go. All the babies are doing good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
She always stands up.
Oh, it splashed on you.
Oh my god.
It splashed on you. It got on my glasses, man.
Scared me.
There you go. Nothing to be afraid of, Squeeze. Yeah, that's nice. It looks like you already been in the juice. You were in the splash zone. There you go, Rocky.
Junior.
It's funny, that was his first baby, and they just do everything together.
They sound alike too when they.
Oh yeah, you can't tell them apart.
Right.
They got the same eyes and everything.
Nice one. Look at their little tongue. Look at George.
Right in the beard, look at that.
And remember,
Jesus saves.
and Dollar General's over 7 miles.
Woo! If you say this long, comment the word bug.